Hey there guys, so if you haven't seen season 1 of this anime, then season 1 recap link is in the description, please check it out. So our second season begins with Van, who swore the oath of being a hero as he assumed it's the will of God Demis. There, one of his party members named Jubo brought out their newest comrade. Her name was Escarlata, or Esta for short. She was pretty famous, who defeated the demon general named Ultra on her own, so Van formally introduced himself as Van from Flamberge. Van was the 8th prince of the Flamberge kingdom. He survived the invasion of the demon lord's army, but after the destruction of his kingdoms Van has awakened the blessings of Hero. So he sought to walk down the path of Hero. Van introduced his other companion named Lavender, a fairy, and with Esta, their party is now complete to begin their adventure, but the real hero, Rudy, has started her peaceful life in the Zoltan town. After all the hardship she faced with her hero's blessings, she had now become an adventurer, and often helps out Red and Rit with their shop. But aside from them, Godwin was leading Yarandrilla to Red and Rit's shops. When he was on the run, he came across Yarandrilla in the forest, so when they hit off with some booze, Godwin told her about Rit, and Yarandrilla immediately asked Godwin to take her to Rit. Godwin tried to take advantage of that and paid the price. After that, he had to lead the way back to Zoltan town again, and luckily for Godwin, the guard didn't recognize him and lets him and Yarandrilla cross the gate. As for Rudy, she was accompanying Red and Rit to the end of the mountains, and Red noticed Rudy was in good spirits. So Rudy tells the reason that it's her first time. She had only adventured as a hero all her life, but it's the first time she's on a journey that isn't related to fighting, which makes her happy. They were headed to the mountains called the Wall at the world's end, and after leaving the hero's party, there was no fighting stored in for them. So this journey is gonna be quite peaceful for them. But the whole journey to the wall is filled with obstacles, and yet Red decided to make a trip there just to make an engagement ring. Which was rather insane decision, but for Red, he wants the blue sapphire which matches Rit's eyes. They were one of the rare stones. But Red thinks that the gem giants of the area should have some of them, so Red wants to purchase it to gift Rit for their engagement. And she feels the same. Red had always helped Rudy out on her every adventure, so she wants to do the same this time. Then, after a break, when they hit the road again, Rit felt something odd and Mogrim smelled the goblins in the area. They sneaked attack from the start, but they were no match for this party. After beating up the goblins, Mogrim recognized the goblins were using the spears he made, which meant the owner of that spear fell prey to those goblins. Then suddenly Rudy asked if she was in the wrong to reject her life of violence. Rudy has the blessings of Hero, the strongest of all blessings, but Red thinks she's not in the wrong because she finally got her normal life back. But Rudy still had lingering doubts because the demon said it's her faith that God chose her to be the hero who would lead humanity to peace. And remembering that, Rudy thought God would not allow her to have a normal life. But away from there, Godwin led Yarandrilla to Red and Rit's shop, but the shop was closed. So Godwin wanted to run away, but the guard came back as he remembered about Godwin who ran away from prison. That was a news for Yarandrilla because Godwin told her he was friends with Rit and Red. So guard told her Godwin's a criminal who attacked Rit with the demons and even kidnapped a child whom Red and Rit were taking care of, so that was enough news for Yarandrilla to get mad. So Godwin tried to explain, but he knew Yarandrilla wouldn't listen, so he tried to run out, but Yarandrilla had already used her magic to catch him, but luckily, Tissy and Crawley saved his skin. Godwin told Tissy she's Yarandrilla, and Yarandrilla thought Godwin, who was an enemy of Red and Rit's, must be punished, so she created a huge dragon with her tree magic. So Tissy fights off that dragon to stop Yarandrilla from doing further damage, but she got caught in tree vines and a mage there casted a freeze spell on the tree dragon. Godwin recognized the old lady was a former adventurer of the Zoltan. Her name was Mistrom, but that dragon was about to break free from her spell, so Tissy asked her to provide backup. She used her assassination skill, and with Mistorm's help she got through that dragon to face Yarandrilla, but even so she got caught in the middle of her way. So Tissy reveals she's friends with Red and Rit. Yarandrilla didn't believe, so Tissy told her that both Red and Rit went to the world end just this morning to make an engagement ring for Rit, which calmed her down, as she realized Red is Gideon, but before that, she had made a huge mess. So while she's on a damage control duty, Red and his party came across the Zug's village. So Mogrim was scared because Zugs sometimes eat man for dinner, but Red says it's fine because he was friends with the village chief. Those Zugs have the knowledge of the world's end, so they know where the gem giants can be found. There the elder came out. He was a very friendly Zug. And just from a look he knew Red found a partner for his life, so he gave his blessings to Red and Rit, so he gave them the ham meat that he liked. He wanted to help Red right away. But he asked Red to be cautious of gem giants because their behavior has changed recently. Suddenly, a child fell from the tree, and Rudy healed the child with her magic. Rit then noticed that the trees in the entire area had weakened for some reason, so she told Red to make fertilizer for an instant solution, so Red worked late to make them, but away from them. When Yarandrula entered the area, she felt something was off, and as a result, the trees in the area were getting sicker, but for now, she made a resting place to spend the night. Tissy told Yarandrula that she knew her because she had recently joined the Heroes Party, and Tissy asked Yarandrula her reason for joining the Heroes Party. So she told Tissy it was to help Gideon. There was no special reason actually. Then in the morning, they got back on their way and found Red. She was overjoyed to be reunited with Gideon again, and besides them, the hero and his party killed an owlbear who appeared to have killed a person. But Van had no guilt for the life that had been lost. So, what kind of hero is he? Because that's where the episode 1 of this anime ends. To find out, stay tuned to the channel. And please don't forget to like and subscribe the channel so that you never miss an update. Until then, take care.